Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. I'm Tracy from Encore, and I'll be your host and presenter for Advantages of a Cloud-Based Business. Joining me today are Brennan from Encore and Sanju from Microsoft. Over the next 60 minutes, we'll explore how to jumpstart your transition. Feel free to ask questions in the chat, and we'll have a Q&A session at the end. Let's get started. In today's webinar, we're going to learn why on-premises customers are moving to the cloud. Businesses of all sizes can gain advantages and unlock cost savings through digital transformation. Migrating to the cloud opens the door to opportunities including improved scalability, security, and automation. Start your migration process by learning how to plan and budget for your transition to the cloud. Experts from Encore Business Solutions and Microsoft will guide you through the most common questions and concerns around cloud migration and detail how Microsoft Dynamics 365 can help address your unique business needs. And I guess that expert is me, and Brennan, and Sanju. Business disruptions and uncertainty are affecting a lot of organizations, and they are affecting all businesses very differently. Technology is an enabling factor to improve your business processes. Improve how you interact in a more streamlined and efficient manner with your customers and provide that customer with a great customer service experience. Likewise, customers' expectations have shifted. They expect just as much, if not more, from providers, distributors, and vendors. This has transformed the way we communicate and requires us to rapidly adjust to changing customer expectations. Microsoft has enabled full omnichannel communication for customers, allowing users to interact with both customers and vendors through the applications that you're most familiar with, the applications that you use every day. There also has been a shift in work culture. Where you work, when you work, how you work have changed. Cloud solutions allow you the flexibility to use technology at your fingertips from any place at any time. Why migrate to the cloud? Well, many of your workloads are already in the cloud through the modern workplace, Office, Teams, and Power BI. There are many obvious benefits when discussing migrating to the cloud, and perhaps a few that you may not have considered. How many of you remember the last major upgrade you completed for your on-premise ERP solution? What were the actual costs as well as the soft costs? If you were starting a business today, you most likely would not invest in costly infrastructure and resources to support an on-premise ERP solution, not to mention the capital outlay for purchasing on-premise software and the double-digit annual maintenance fees. Over a decade ago, Bill Gates spoke to you at Convergence and said that we would be able to run our business applications from Outlook. Well, today you can create orders, view and update records, and analyze data from within many of your Microsoft 365 applications. Ever had a server go down? Missed a tax compliance update? Improved performance that you can depend on, and this means simplified management, monitoring, and improved performance. What is the cost when adding or removing a resource? Was the onboarding and offboarding process followed? How much time and effort is spent on device management and ensuring approved access? A cloud migration includes easy, secure access from any device with seamless upgrades. What is going to happen when you need assistance for your on-premise ERP solution and it's 10 releases behind? It's more costly for you, and it's increasingly difficult to find resources to support legacy on-premise versions. Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is also highly flexible. It can be configured to meet the specific needs of your business. You can deploy any or all functionality, create custom workflows, and integrate with other applications to ensure that the solution meets your unique requirements. Business Central offers the flexibility and scalability required to accommodate growth, innovation, and industry shifts. Add users when you need them, add functionality as you grow. Have a new line of business? Great, leverage the functionality you already have access to. Agility is the ability of a business to rapidly respond to the ever-changing business environment. Dynamics 365 Business Central helps uncover insights and identify next best actions, leading to a more agile and proactive organization. Cost efficiency. Because Business Central is a cloud subscription, customers can eliminate hardware, maintenance, upgrade, and replacement costs associated with running on-premise Dynamics solutions like Dynamics GP. This means that the total cost of ownership of Business Central will have a lower total cost than your current Dynamics on-premise solution. You can use the Business Central total cost of ownership model to determine your expected TCO. We're going to show you an example of that a little bit later on in the presentation. Privacy. Effective security end-to-end ensures that your data is private. It's your data, no one else's. Reliability. Backup, recovery, and failover. Guaranteed 99.9% monthly uptime with compensation if missed. AI and automation, what we're all excited about. We joke about having solutions that can make your coffee in the morning. Well, I can't commit to that today, but we can automate and improve your repetitive, mundane processes. Use next generation AI and automated workflows to streamline processes, speed up tasks, and make better decisions. I had to throw this in here, a quick word about ransomware. Ransomware is malicious software that encrypts a victim's files, rendering them inaccessible until a ransom is paid. This form of malware has seen a global surge affecting 73% of organizations in 2023. The average ransomware attack costs $4.5 million, with recovery costs averaging $1.8 million. We've had a lot of inquiries lately about clients who have been attacked with ransomware, and again, they're typically on-premise customers. Let's chat about data security. Data belonging to a single tenant is stored in an isolated database and is never mixed with data from other tenants. This ensures complete isolation of data in day-to-day use and in backup restore scenarios. Furthermore, Business Central uses encryption to help protect tenant data in the following ways. Data at rest is encrypted by using transparent data encryption, or TDE. All network traffic inside the service is encrypted by using industry standard encryption protocols. Data backups are always encrypted. With over 1 million customers, Microsoft is dedicated to developing data security solutions. Microsoft continues to invest $4 billion a year to ensure your data security is protected. Over 8,500 people at Microsoft are dedicated to watching, protecting, and attempting to hack into the system. That gives you a lot of assurance. You've got the red team and the blue team, one attacking, one protecting. So we want you to trust that your data is being stored in a security source you trust. Microsoft has taken significant steps to ensure that you have peace of mind when it comes to your data security. Innovation and expertise. Cloud service providers like Microsoft invest heavily in security measures and have the resources and expertise to implement and maintain higher levels of security than an individual organization could achieve on-premise. As a company committed to making the world a safer place, Microsoft has invested heavily in security research, innovation, and global security. While AI is transforming cybersecurity, using it to stay ahead of threats requires massive amounts of data. We have access to a diverse range of security data, which puts us in a unique position to understand the state of cybersecurity and to identify indicators that can help predict the next move of attackers. Cloud services offer reliable data backups and redundancy systems, ensuring data is replicated in multiple locations. This reduces the risk of data loss due to hardware failures, natural disasters, or other disruptions that could be more devastating in an on-premise setup. We had a customer last year, had a fire, lost everything. Again, they were in the cloud, they'd be up and running, wouldn't even impacted them at all. A fire wouldn't have impacted their business continuity at all. Business Central's online architecture and administration capabilities ensure uninterrupted access to your critical business data and processes. Automatic backups, built-in redundancy, and high availability protect your data and keep it accessible during and after a disruptive event. Business Central has proactive BCDR strategies, processes, and technologies that minimize downtime and preserve important assets. Business Central uses the Azure Cloud Computing Platform for its robust business continuity options that protect your critical workloads against disruption. Cloud providers comply with industry standards and certifications, often complex and challenging for businesses to manage independently. With Microsoft Cloud Services, companies can meet regulatory requirements and localization compliance quickly and at scale. Cloud Service offers unique opportunity to centralize security capabilities and streamline system consolidation for more efficient oversight. This simplifies IT resources monitoring and enhancing security protocols, ensuring the secure management of both business systems and devices. So let's talk about Business Central itself. Business Central uses a layered approach to application security that includes authentication, authorization, and auditing, as well as data encryption and secure development practices. Before users can sign in to Business Central, they must be authenticated as a valid user in the system. Once authenticated, authorization determines which area a user can access, such as the pages and reports that they can open, and the permissions that they have on the associated data. Business Central includes several auditing features that help you track information about who is signing in and what their permissions are, what data they've changed, and more. You can encrypt data on the Business Central server by generating new or importing existing encryption keys that you enable on the Business Central server instance that connects to the database. Microsoft Security Development Lifecycle, SDL, is a software development process that helps developers build more secure software and address security compliance requirements while reducing development costs. So again, got you covered. Application security in Dynamics 365 Business Central. Microsoft has invested in fueling AI innovation for years. They've spent decades in research and development, and they're committed to advancing the principles and practice of responsible AI. Microsoft has built security and trust into the platform and all their solutions right from the start. They created purpose-built AI infrastructure to deliver reliability and performance at scale based on thousands of interconnected GPUs and InfiniBand networking. As a result, they're trusted by AI leaders like OpenAI. Actually, OpenAI builds and trains all of their AI models and experiences in Azure, in Microsoft Azure. So that's pretty interesting. I found that very interesting. This innovation is exciting, but as AI is poised to transform our lives, we must collectively define new rules, norms, and practices for the use and impact of this technology. The Microsoft Cloud runs on trust. Trust has been a fundamental promise Microsoft has built into the Microsoft Cloud since the very beginning. Data is the fuel that powers AI technology, and you need to trust what your technology partners are doing with your data. There are three fundamental promises Microsoft makes with the cloud. First, your data is your data. It's not Microsoft's data. It's your data. That means it's yours to own and control. Your data to choose how you want to leverage and monetize. Second, your data is not used to train or enrich the foundation AI models used by others. You don't have to worry about anyone other than your organization is benefiting from AI that is trained on your data. Only your organization benefits from your data and your business processes. And third, your data and AI models, in fact, your entire organization, are protected at every step by the most comprehensive enterprise compliance and security controls in the industry. That's Microsoft's commitment to you. Before we jump over the demo with Brennan, let's chat a little bit about Copilot in Dynamics 365 Business Central. Simplify the sales order process. Creating or updating customer orders can be a tedious process, often requiring repetitive lookups or navigating through extensive product catalogs. To quickly add items to a sales quote or order, Copilot enables you to describe the goods or services needed, paste in relevant details from an email, or reference a previous order. Based on your prompt, Copilot then suggests line items from your product catalog. By streamlining the order-taking process, Copilot frees time for the sales team to focus on building relationships and delivering exceptional customer experiences. Automate workflows quickly and easily. Streamlining business processes is easier than ever with Copilot, helping to create Microsoft Power Automate flows using natural language. Users can simply express their needs directly in Business Central, and Copilot drafts an initial automation flow for you. You can continue refining the flow in Power Automate with Copilot by your side, streamlining the process of tailoring best practice workflows to your business. 9 out of 10 people want simpler ways to automate daily tasks so they can focus on the work that matters. Keep finances organized with e-invoice matching. This is probably one of my favorites. Say goodbye to hours spent manually merging incoming e-invoices with outstanding purchase orders. Using rule-based matching and assistance from Copilot, you can quickly compare and map incoming e-invoices to your open orders. Save time and keep your accounts payable current, all while building positive supplier relationships with on-time payments. With Copilot and Dynamics 365 Business Central, bring products to market faster with AI-generated product descriptions and suggestions, create copy ideas in seconds based on selected product attributes, tone, and format, and then seamlessly publish to Shopify with just a few clicks. Pretty exciting. Improve customer service with sales and inventory forecasting. In a highly competitive business landscape, effective inventory management can be the key differentiator between a successful business and one that struggles to retain customers and remain profitable. Inventory management is a trade-off between customer service while managing costs. While low inventory requires less working capital, inventory shortages can lead to a missed sale. Using AI, the Sales and Inventory Forecast extension predicts future sales using historical data to help you avoid stockouts. Based on the forecast and inventory levels, the extension helps create replenishment requests to your vendors, helping you save time and improve inventory availability to keep your customers happy. Great. Well, the part you've probably all been waiting for, we're going to switch over to Brennan to have a look at Dynamics 365 Business Central and Copilot.
So thanks very much, Tracy. So over the next 10 minutes or so, what I'll do is I'll go through those specific Copilot and AI functions that Tracy was talking about earlier, specific to Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. So I'm logged in right now in the accounting role, and I'm just going to scroll down, and you can see here the cash flow forecast. There are a lot of different ways to consume and look at this data, but essentially it's being run vis-a-vis Azure AI. I can click on a specific area within this chart. It'll show, for instance, the purchase orders against these cash flow ledger entries. But more importantly, what I'll do is I'll show you, this is the actual forecasting model that Azure AI is using. And this model is also being used in the sales and inventory forecasts that I'll show later on. If you have data scientists on staff, they'd love this. You can go make changes, tweak this, but essentially it's out of the box. And after about, I'll say 3 months, the system will learn and be able to forecast your cash flow forecast based on a previous history of transactions. Now, let's go take a look at cash management. And what I'm going to do is I have a bank here. I've downloaded a very brief, small file. And what we want to do is on the left-hand side, you can see the bank statement lines. We're going to reconcile that against the bank account ledger entries on the right-hand side. We're going to do this by doing the Reconcile with Copilot feature. And as Tracy had mentioned earlier in our session, there is a tremendous amount of security, compliance, and grounding checks embedded in Copilot within Business Central. What you're seeing right here is on the top left, this is the query that we're asking for. You can see that it says AI-generated content may be incorrect, and we can go ahead and validate against this information, and we can decide whether to keep it or discard it. And as Tracy had mentioned, your data is your data. This data is not being trained on any AI foundational models. So at the top left here, there was an auto match of one of the lines. I'll click on here just to validate this. Very straightforward. You can see here that the dates match up and the actual amounts match up. And Microsoft in Business Central has had this for years now in terms of machine learning and the algorithms against this. So that was pretty straightforward, but the next two lines here were matched by Copilot. And as an example, you can see here, this amount to apply is $10,975.60. When I click on here, it's going to show that what Copilot did was take these two ledger entries and summarize them to be that one bank statement entry. So imagine, if you will, if this was hundreds of lines long, the amount of time savings that you would get out of bank reconciliation by Copilot. And let's go to ad hoc analysis. What I'm going to do is go into a list of items. There's a few different ways to look at this. And in the case of this one here, if I wanted to take a look at this and as a list of items, take a look at this analysis by Copilot and query against this list. For example, categorize by vendor. What the system is doing now is actually taking this list and hopefully, which it appears that it has done this, it's showing it against each vendor and those specific items. Now we can further analyze this data. I'll ask it to add all columns. And as you can see, it's added additional columns. If I take a look at this, there's quite a rich amount of columns and data against this. When I decide to keep it, I can go ahead and rename this. And I can also, at any point in time, simply export this to Excel. So it's a great additional piece of functionality Copilot generated in terms of ad hoc analysis. So I want to bring your attention now, if we go up to the app bar, you can see a Copilot icon here. And imagine if I'm working in other areas of Business Central, I've already queried a few questions for Copilot to answer for me. But what's nice is there's a prompt guide here in terms of finding or looking up specific data within Business Central, or helping me understand, or a guide towards let's say onboarding and training of the application itself. At the bottom here, you can see that there's a number of different prompts that go in further, give you an opportunity, but you can, in a conversational way, ask questions. Here's a number of posted invoices from Alpine Ski House. If I wanted to validate against this, it's showing where that data came from. It's even going to show, in terms of filtering, how Copilot filtered this information. I could further ask any unpaid invoices, and as Tracy had mentioned before, that deep security and compliance and grounding, it's doing that checking right now. And none of this data is being trained on any AI foundational models. It does typically take about 5 or 10 seconds. And you can see here that there are some unpaid purchase invoices that we could further drill into, but it gives in a tile version here a nice summary of that data. Now let's take a look. I'd asked here specific questions about items in stock. And if we take a look at this particular item, it's going to bring up the item MasterCard. And you can see here, as I scroll down a little bit, there are specific item attributes against this Amsterdam lamp that we sell. I can draft with Copilot, and in this case, it's going to draft a tagline and a paragraph describing this item based on the actual attributes that are listed. So you can see here that it's included these different attributes. I can review this. Again, it's called Copilot for a reason. You want to validate, take a look at it. But I could actually change tone. I can change the format, and I can change the emphasis of this. Let's say I like this, I can keep it. And this would be automatically synced to Shopify if you're integrated with Shopify and the catalogs. Imagine now if I want to just kind of further look at some specific information here in this item card, and I'm not so sure about the cost adjustments. I can just simply ask Copilot, and what's going to happen again, and remember, it's going to go through that security and compliance and grounding check here, so it'll take a little bit of time, but it's gathering information. And most likely what it's going to do is give me a description and specific references. Now, what's interesting about the references here is that they are going directly to learn.microsoft.com and in particular, Business Central information. So it's an online user manual. You're not going to get any fabricated information. It's only going to go to that learn.microsoft.com. So it's really grounded well that way. Okay, let's take a look at some other examples. So I go to a list of customers. If I take a look at this particular customer, imagine that I want to look at the balance. Take a look at the balance here. And, with respects to this specific invoice, as I scroll down in the information fact box, you'll see here that Copilot, an AI, has provided a late payment prediction. And it's predicted to be on time, high confidence, 93%. And this is across all of the different customers and, other areas, including what I'd shown in terms of forecast of sales and inventory. Again, it takes maybe 2 or 3 months for the system to learn based on previous historical transactions. And the last thing I want to show you, we're going to go to some sales orders. I've created a sales order here, but I haven't added any sales lines. And there's a reason for that. What I want to do is I'm going to have Copilot suggest sales lines based on previous history. And in this case, it's going to be based on, and if I'll click on the prompting guide here, copy line items from the last invoice. I generate this. What you'll get is the same kind of Copilot functionality. Again, the query is up here on the top left, AI generated content, may be incorrect, so we want to validate it. And I'm seeing three different items here with quantities 10, 3, and 7. But I can also reference that last invoice. So when I click here, it's showing the last invoice from a datum. And sure enough, here's the three items that we were looking at, quantities 10, 3, 7. So when I close that, if I want to insert this, I can make changes, I can delete lines, I can change quantities if I want. But it's such an easy way for you to go and look at previous history and just match that. So that was all I was going to show with respects to Copilot and AI in Business Central. And Tracy, back to you.
Microsoft technology allows you to integrate Dynamics 365 with your modern workplace and use generative AI technology to maximize productivity, which Brendan was giving us a little sneak peek about. Simplify, unify, and innovate. Every business can use technology to become more efficient and effective, whether it's driving more value from existing platforms and assets, consolidating to reduce costs and complexity, or introducing deployments with rapid payback. By leveraging data and AI, businesses are armed with the data and insight on how to increase agility and growth with the assets they already have. At Microsoft, they're working with their customers to define how they will survive and even thrive in a continually changing environment. Here's how Dynamics 365 Business Central helps you address the challenges of disruption by enabling you to adapt faster, work smarter, and perform better. So be prepared when your marketing manager comes up to you and says, "We need to start manufacturing dog leashes as there are more dogs in our community than people." Or, "We need to start producing a puppy patty for distribution to our drive-through food chain customers." Or when a new law is legislated and that impacts how you record revenue. A dynamic ecosystem creates adaptable businesses and operating models. Easily tailored and extendable solutions, over 2,000 apps on AppSource, while the Power Platform allows low-code, no-code customization. And again, it can be used on any device from anywhere. Work smarter. Reclaim time for important work. In a small or medium-sized business, there's often a lot to do and not enough people to do it. Everyday activities like tracking down documents and bringing new employees up to speed can drain your valuable time. Conversational chat using Copilot in Business Central helps you answer questions quickly and easily, locate records faster, and even learn new skills, all using natural language. Save time and effort by navigating to documents without having to use traditional menus, and rapidly onboard new users to answer questions on how, when, or why to do things. Enable high performance with guided workflows, governance, and real-time metrics that drive continuous process optimization, accelerates financial closes, and improves cycle times. Continuous optimization and agility provide sustained profitability and cash flow, faster reporting cycles and financial closes, real-time data visualization across departments, built-in business intelligence, and Power BI. These are all things that were very costly in previous on-prem solutions. They're so much more adaptable and affordable in the cloud. Take control of financial data. Better manage your cash flow, bank reconciliation, fixed assets, budgeting, and project costing, while shortening cycle times with late payment prediction extensions. Easily support multiple currencies, exchange rates, consolidations, intercompany transactions, and localized tax regulations. Use built-in reports, Excel or Microsoft Power BI, and unlimited data dimensions to get real-time cash flow, identify financial patterns, analyze trends, and improve business planning. Connect reports, charts, and Power BI data from across accounting, sales, purchasing, and inventory teams to get accurate insight and make financial decisions with confidence. Did you know that Business Central was named the best ERP system of 2024 by Forbes Advisor? No other vendor offers the breadth of the Microsoft Cloud, while continuing to be modular and extensible, so our customers can start with what they need today and adapt as they grow. Business Central now also brings the power of AI to small and medium-sized businesses with features that help you work smarter, adapt faster, and perform better. Built-in AI features help you accelerate automation of repetitive tasks, improve customer service, anticipate business challenges, and enhance decision-making. Moving to Business Central also provides integration with the Power Platform, meaning businesses can easily develop custom line of business applications that seamlessly integrate with Business Central data. Initiate a cloud migration and gain insight into the typical duration and investment associated with the process. It is beneficial to establish a plan. What are your goals, strategies, and aspirations? If we were to put the perfect solution in front of you, what would it look like? This allows you to evaluate the various ways in which a cloud solution like Business Central can meet those requirements in ways that your on-premise solution cannot do due to technology constraints. This is where the Microsoft AIM Accelerate, Innovate, Move program comes in. Sandra will be providing an overview of this at the end of the session. Outline all current business processes, including what works and what you'd like to see improved. Workshop how AI and Copilot can add value and increase productivity of your team. Getting participation from key business, technical, and leadership stakeholders will support a successful migration. Work with Encore or your migration partner. We do this every day, so let us leverage our experience to jumpstart your transition. Having delivered thousands of successful projects, we understand how significant this topic can be. Define success. We have discussed all of the benefits. How will all of these advantages become a reality for you? Take this opportunity to be proactive about your business's future. Plan for it, budget for it, and work with your partner to build your organization's specific roadmap using the AIM program. Hey, here's the secret sauce. Tribal knowledge of GP and BC. Encore was one of the first partners to take on NAV, which was the on-premise predecessor of Business Central, and GP. We've been Microsoft partner forever. I've been in the channel over 30 years. It's great to work with someone with your on-premise solution. You're already using Dynamics GP or on-premise Nav, and now you're going to be going to Business Central. It's great to work with someone who's got that experience. On-premise versus cloud. Make sure you include hard costs as well as the soft cost savings. So I like to use my credit card story. You know that credit card where it says tickets to the football game, $100, popcorn, $3, hot dog, $10, catching the fly ball, priceless. So again, it's that priceless thing that I imagine. We talked about ransomware earlier. Would you like to be in the cloud or would you like to have a $14 million bill? So again, those are some, definitely there's quantifiable benefits that we're aware of. So for example, our resources can be redeployed in other areas because I don't need them to keep, the maintenance and care and feeding of those on-premise servers, that hardware, applying those updates, those are costs that we have to include in this because those costs go away. What about all those operational efficiencies you're going to gain? You can calculate what the return on investment of those type of items are. What about all that third-party reporting that you might have been spending money on? So again, there's a lot of costs that you have to really consider when you're thinking about our costs of the cloud versus on-premise. So total cost of ownership examples. This is a typical example for a Dynamics GP client. So again, we have to think about infrastructure, replacing that and the ongoing maintenance of that. Your dedicated resources think about the real estate. You're paying for electricity, you're paying for all of the utilities associated with that hardware. The maintenance plans for the software and the architecture hardware. Upgrade services. So again, there's the planning and the preparation. Also disaster recovery. What type of price tag do we put to that? So again, there's lots of things there that we can think of building out. Again, you've got to build out that budget. You're going to do that project. You want to make sure that you're able to fund that project. So there's the TCO as well as the ROI on that. Let's chat about some of the questions customers just like you are asking about their transition to the cloud. So how long will it take? Well, easy answer, it depends. But typically they fall in the range from 4 to 6 months. It all depends on what functionality you want to deploy. So for example, if you're just using GL and AP and AR, it's simplistic. So again, you're not taking a lot with you from one place to the other, but then you might decide, well, in phase 2, I'm really interested in job costing. So I really want to deploy jobs. So again, it really depends, but we're happy to have that conversation with you. What about this migration process? So again, it's really changed over time. 6 years ago, it looks very different than it does today. So we leverage both the migration assessment application as well as the migration application itself. So again, first we go through an assessment to look at what components that you have right now that you're going to transition over in your migration process. Again, people want to know, what does that look like? What does that migration process look like? So again, we're there to every step of the way to work with you. I always get asked this question, what about our history? We've been using GP for 20 years. What happens to our history? So again, if you love your history, you can take that with you. Typically, we suggest that we look through the history. How much do we want to bring over? Is it 7 years? Is it 10 years? Does everyone actually access that information? So again, I've got some great tools so that when you're in Business Central, you can actually see your history from GP as well. So if you're looking up a GL account, you can look at the information from 10 years ago as well. Looking at vendor performance or looking at customer, what did the customer buy? You have access to all that information. So that's really cool. We're super happy about that. Next item is change management. Let's work together and include your team from day one and let them know we're all about change management. We want everyone to feel supported. They were really efficient in their old system. Now they're going to go to a new system. We want to make sure they feel supported. So your resources, there's lots of training materials. We actually have a YouTube channel that kind of shows you, hey, you did this in GP, this is how you're going to do it in Business Central, and lots of training videos out there. So again, we want to make sure we include everyone and we empower them. You have to remember too, most people coming into the workforce today, their cloud solution is all they know. They don't know there's actually something as on-premise applications. Another question we get asked a lot about is, what about my custom code, integrations, add-on products? So again, custom code, there was a gap in your on-premise solution, so custom code was created. Typically, when we look at Business Central, it's already there out of the box, so you don't need that custom code anymore. Integrations, you took information from outside sources, brought it into your on-premise solution. You're going to do the same thing in Business Central. And your add-on products, again, there are thousands of add-on products for Business Central if you need it. Again, we're going to go through that through the AIM assessment to make sure, do you really need that add-on product still? Awesome. So we've talked about the project, your transition, what happens next. I'm going to pass it over to Sanju so he can tell you a little bit about the AIM program.
Thank you so much, Tracy. So like you folks, hello to begin with. I'm Sanju, and I work with Microsoft. I look at our partner marketing efforts. So as you would have heard from Tracy, from Brennan, Business Central is the connected business management solution, right? Which enables you to adapt faster, work smarter, and pretty much perform better, right? So when we say connected, what does it mean? It brings all your finance, sales, service, and operations team within a single, easy-to-use application. And it gives you all the insights you need to drive your business forward. So I know Tracy mentioned this, but I would like to repeat. We were named the best ERP system in 2024 by Forbes Advisor. Now, just to look at, what kind of ROI did our customers get, right? So the TEI report of Dynamics 365 Business Central shows us that on an average, customers were able to see around 172% returns on their investment over the course of 3 years. They were able to save around 72K, and these savings primarily came from third-party reporting and customization spends that they were able to avoid. And finally, we also see that customers saw an increase of around 18% in their staff productivity. So, with that, I think this is the right time to move to Business Central. Now, in order for you to, have an easier migration, an easier transition, we at Microsoft have, put together a campaign that will help you with this process of moving to the cloud. And we call this campaign AIM, right? So AIM stands for Accelerate, Innovate, and Move. Now, with this campaign, what we want to do is we want you to succeed and leverage the benefits of AI and the cloud, right? So AIM is a campaign that offers qualified customers a tailored path to the cloud, which means you get access to a dedicated team of migration advisors, expert assessments. We have some great investment incentives, offers, tools, and migration support that will pretty much help you, move to the cloud. So with AIM, I would say, right, there are three things that we would focus on. Number one, help customers like you to accelerate your transformation to the cloud, to adopt our AI-powered technologies, capabilities. Number two, give necessary support to innovate faster so that you stay ahead of your competition. And finally, we help you move with agility and scale as your business expands. And all of this, right, the whole campaign, the whole process, it starts with an assessment to pretty much understand your needs. And that's where a partner like Encore or the partner that you work with, right, they come into picture. So let's look at the first step, accelerate, right? Pretty much the first step here. Now, with the assessment that you will run, you get to understand more about your business outcomes of, modernizing your systems and the steps to take on the road to AI. You will also learn about the steps to take and the key dependencies, right, involved in moving from on-prem to the cloud. And of course, we have AIM assessment incentives made available to your partners, which means these assessments can be free of cost for you. So moving on, innovate. This is pretty much the second step. So when you have your assessment, this is the time to embark the journey to the cloud with trained professionals from our Microsoft partner ecosystem, right? So that's where, we have also made sure that there are some proven methodologies to implement Business Central with high quantity, right? And eligible customers may also collaborate closely with our Microsoft Fast Track team. Your partner can also leverage our team of Business Central architects for quantified deals. So moving on to the final step, right? So when it's time to move, when it's time to migrate, the AIM program from Microsoft includes offers for you, right? These are licensing offers to eligible customers, which will assist you in this migration. On-prem customers can benefit from discounted pricing when you move. This way, you can optimize your investments as the business grows. And we are also committed to empowering customers to take advantage of the AI capabilities in every line of business. And with AIM, organizations can start now to move to the cloud, making it easier than ever to adopt these AI-guided productivity and pretty much realize the full potential of our AI-powered technologies. I'm just going to double-click on the TEI report. So the Forrester's analysis of 5 Microsoft customers found that Business Central enabled these organizations to bolster operational efficiency, avoid costs, and comfortably scale their deployments with growth, right? While benefiting from the flexibility inherent in the cloud. Now, these organizations, they have demonstrated benefits of over 484K over 3 years versus cost of around 178,000. So which pretty much adds up to a net present value of 306,000 and an ROI of 172%. Those were the numbers, and there are other quantified benefits, which included like avoidance of one full-time equivalent and one part-time equivalent hire, improved flow of operations by an average of 8%, elimination of more than 44K of third-party reporting spends over 3 years again, and even avoidance of more than 40K in costs pertaining to the previous solutions that they were on. So there are benefits, right? As you can see on this slide, there are SMB customers who are growing with Business Central. And like I said, the time to migrate is now. Please, talk to your partner contact, get on this process. And, we at Microsoft have made sure that you have all the resources that you would need to make this transition as smooth as possible. And with that, I would like to hand it over back to Tracy to close out on the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanju. I'm super excited to continue this conversation. Our agenda today included value points on moving away from on-premise, security and privacy in the cloud, latest updates in AI and Copilot, a sneak peek of Dynamics 365 Business Central and Copilot in action, key takeaways for Dynamics 365 Business Central, and what a transition looks like. These were meaty topics, and I could probably sit down with you for 3 days and chat about the value proposition and best practices of jumpstarting your transition. But please feel free to reach out, chat anytime. I'm a good listener and have lots of experiences to share. We have been migrating our on-prem customer base over to Dynamics 365 Business Central for over 5 years now and are ready to work with you on your transition. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we're going to finish off with a short video. Enjoy. Thanks so much, and I look forward to hearing from you.
The days of disconnected systems are over. For your business to stay ahead of the competition, it's crucial to adapt in today's fast-paced business world. It's time to migrate from your costly, inefficient on-premises servers to the cloud to boost productivity, increase security, and streamline processes for your business. Connect finance, sales, service, and operations in the cloud with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central to unlock a smooth transition to the future of your business. Let's first look at some of the challenges that on-premises servers might bring to your business. On-premises servers are limited by their inability to scale and require burdensome manual updates. Furthermore, on-premises servers can significantly affect your bottom line. The cost of licensing, implementation, customization, and training are just the tip of the iceberg that businesses face when hosting on-premises servers. The full cost of hardware and infrastructure associated with on-premises servers can be detrimental to your long-term business goals. These costs include data storage, server, facility, and platform maintenance and support, disaster recovery, mobile access, compliance and security updates, and more. Legacy platforms and technologies are becoming increasingly difficult and more expensive to keep up and running. They're not able to meet the pace of current technological and business developments. Migrating your business to the cloud with Dynamics 365 Business Central redirects unwanted legacy maintenance costs towards strategic initiatives and investments, empowering you to innovate, scale, optimize business performance, and increase employee productivity by supplying them with the latest tools available. Let's look at some of the advantages of shifting your business to the cloud with Dynamics 365 Business Central. Unlock flexibility for changing business environments. Easily adapt with a scalable solution tailored to your business needs. Eliminate high infrastructure and maintenance costs that come with hosting on-premises servers. Access real-time business data from anywhere with consistent experiences across all devices for everyone on your team. Remain confident in your data's safety, backed by robust, world-class cloud security measures from Microsoft. Additionally, we're bringing the prowess of artificial intelligence to your business with Microsoft Copilot for Dynamics 365, a feature unavailable to those currently utilizing on-premises infrastructure. With Dynamics 365 Business Central, harness the power of one Microsoft with connections to other Microsoft products such as Excel, Outlook, and Power Platform to boost your business productivity. Connect finance, sales, and operations in a unified platform for improved efficiency across all departments. The user-friendly interface contains robust reporting tools designed to help you win with integrated solutions, real-time analytics, customization, and regular automatic updates. We've put together helpful videos that simplify and demystify the transition from on-premises servers to the cloud. Visit the Dynamics 365 Business Central website to explore how switching to the cloud can positively impact your business. We also have additional support, training, and resources available to assist your transition to the cloud. We know cloud migration is a big decision for your business. Let's look at how our partner, Encore Business Solutions, was able to digitally transform their customer by helping them migrate to the cloud. Encore Business Solutions helped an educational membership organization migrate from inefficient on-premises systems to the cloud. The organization had been using on-premises infrastructure for over 10 years, but it eventually couldn't keep up with its user base. University students used to a modern, accessible experience. The customer needed an integrated cloud solution that aligned with their overall digital strategy and automated tedious tasks like expense entry and end-user onboarding. To meet the customer's unique business needs, Encore Business Solutions implemented Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, an easy-to-use cloud solution friendly to student users. The results speak for themselves. Business Central makes onboarding and training faster and simpler than ever, enables flexible reporting, automates expenses, and, best of all, allows seamless collaboration from anywhere. The combined power of Encore Business Solutions and Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central empowered this customer to achieve their goals faster and more connected. Don't wait to find out what we can do for you. Sign up for the newly launched AIM Migration Program, offering incentives and investments for you to rapidly adopt and realize the benefits of AI-guided productivity in the cloud. Start your journey toward a more agile, cost-effective, and efficient business. Now is the time to embrace a world of possibilities. Migrate to Dynamics 365 Business Central in the cloud. Shape the future of your business.